Hello and welcome to another Tidy Tuesday in 30 where I am going to try to do something reasonable with a Tidy Tuesday data set and limit that to 30 minutes. So the first thing I'm going to do is start my timer and off we go. So this week the data come from the BBC. It's list of 100 inspiring and influential women from around the world for 2020. So I am going to jump right over to our studio and let me close that old file. I have some libraries that I always read in right away because I'm positive I'll want to use them. And then after looking through the data a bit, I might add some more libraries. So the first thing I always like to do is start by opening the data set and looking at it. So there's 100 entries, which is what I expected. It looks like we have the person's name, an image, location, the category, the country, their role, and a description. So my students already worked with the data set this week, so I did sort of notice this description file. I have not done a lot with tidy text, so I might try to do something with that. But maybe before I do that, I might just do some simple counts. So oops. I always find it helpful to count by categorical variables. So I'm not going to count by their name because, well, I guess I'm just guessing that they're all going to have unique names. So there's category, country, and role. So I will do category. I can sort this. I always forget to use sort equals true, and then I add in a range right after it, but it makes sort of more sense to do this. Okay. So it looks like there's 4 categories, and then I believe that all one is the top one where they said, this is called Unsung Hero, which kind of a cool one to add in there. So those are the counts by category. Let's look at the counts by country and role. Okay, lot of different countries in here. So another thing we could consider is doing some sort of map. And then let's look at role. Okay, so quite a few different roles. It does look like, you know, some of them, like I see the word activist in quite a few of these. So, without sort of going in there, maybe I won't do anything with that quite yet. But that would be one to sort of pull out of here. Okay, so I think I am going to just jump to this description variable. Maybe that'll be interesting. So I'm going to add the tidy text. And this will be sort of interesting because I'm definitely not an expert by any means. So, and I only have 30 minutes, so I'm going to be nice if I could type something right. Analyzing. There we go. Okay. So I'm kind of going to be learning and going at the same time. So let's hope this is not a complete failure. So I'm going to take that data set and I'm going to do something with text data. And what am I going to do? Well, since I already knew that I was going to maybe be using this, I already have this book open. So this is Julia Silge and David Robinson's Text Mining with R book. So I am going to have this open and keep coming back to it. So I think I want to do this unnest tokens. Oops. Unnest tokens. And let's see. Output, input. I should really probably know how to do this better than I do, but I'm going to go back to this example. So it looks like the output must be what that variable name is going to be called. And then text must be the variable it gets it from. Yes, that's what it looks like. So I guess I'll call this word. Let me just double check that. Okay, and then that description was called description. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, great. I'm wondering if perhaps, I think I might get rid of some of these variables right now because they're just taking up a lot of space. So I do want to keep the name. I'm going to get rid of the image URL. So, oops, get rid of image and probably some of these other categorical variables. I'll keep category and maybe I'll keep country as well. I'm going to leave out role as well. Just trying to make this a little bit more tractable, I guess. Okay. Okay. Great. Now what do I want to do? I think there's a data set with these stop words. Let's see here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to anti-join to the stop words. So this will, an anti-join, and let me just open this data set in case you haven't seen it before. Stop words. Okay, and then, oh yeah, I have to trick it and pretend I'm going to use it. Okay, they're there. Oops. So these stop words are words that are used often, or sort of like words we don't. I'm doing a terrible job of this. I guess words we don't care about so much. So we want to eliminate those words from the data set. So we can use an anti-join to do that. Since I called this word, and since it's called word here, it will join on that word variable. But just to be clear, I always find if I leave out things I want later that I'll forget about those arguments. So I'm just going to be explicit. So now we should have a lot fewer rows. Cool. And you can kind of see as we look through this list now that, we don't see all the thes and us and, and, or, buts, those kind of things. Okay, so trying to learn as I go. Oh, well, isn't this nice? Always love when you can just do a count. So maybe first, actually, I think what I might do is at this point, let's call this, we'll call this women words. I think I might end up wanting to do a couple of things with the data, maybe. So I'm just going to save that as its own data set. And then let's see. I think the first thing I will do is just count the word. Oops. And let's do sort equals true. Oops. Okay, so founder, women activist, rights award. So there's a lot of different words in here. 19. I wonder why that shows up. Wonder, I have no idea. Okay, 2020. Cool. So still lots of pages of words. But I mean, this is kind of a nice start. The other thing I was thinking is maybe I would want to, maybe I would want to group by, shoot, what was it called? Category? Yep, group by category. And then maybe I would want to count the word. And shoot, I'm not actually positive what that's going to do. Is that going to, maybe I don't want sort in here. Perhaps I need to range. Actually, I don't remember if I need to ungroup or not. Just want to check something out. So I'm going to arrange by category and then N. And N will be descending. Oh, right. So all only has one. So perhaps I should filter out the all for this one. Okay, so that looks like maybe it would be interesting. So let's see if there's any, I think I'm just going to stick with some basics here, kind of from just looking through this. Again, I have really not a lot of training in text analysis. Let's just say I have no training in text analysis. That's close enough. So I think I'm just going to stick with some simple counts for today. I'm going to check my timer real quick. We do have plenty of time, so perhaps I'll go back and do more than what I have planned right now. But let's see what we can sort of do with this simple analysis. So let's see here. I might actually filter out for this one. I think I'm going to plop this in its own R code chunk, just because I think I'm going to end up working with this one more. but we'll see. Okay. And I think right away I'm going to filter out the category. I don't want to include that the as cool as I think that all category is, it has that one observation in it, which I think I like that they did that. But in terms of looking at that plot, or in terms of looking at the word frequencies, I don't think that's going to be useful here. So let me run this with that filtered out. And the other thing I want to do is within each group, probably have too many group bys and ungroups here, but that's okay. Actually, maybe, can I do it before this part? So within each category, I want to take the top 10. So I've been using this function called top n, which I learned recently is going to be deprecated. So I'm trying to get myself into the habit of using slice max, but I'm still not perfect at it. So let's give this a whirl. So within each category, I think the data are still grouped after I use count. Actually, I want to make sure of that. I admit that I sometimes don't remember when the data stay grouped and when they don't. So, okay, good. It is still grouped by category. That's what I thought, but good to check. Okay, so then within each category, I want to take the top. So let's see, I want to order by n. And I want to take the top, oops, let's see here. So I want to take n equals 10. So I just want to take the top 10. And I wonder how this is going to handle ties. It'll probably keep ties, I think. I'm going to check the code through there. So let's see. So we get more than 40, and I believe that's because there's ties. So for example, creativity, there's a few words that have 3 that can go to the next page. Okay. So how do I want to do that? So I'm wondering, okay, I think I'm going to change my mind. This is always fun. Well, let's finish this part. Oops. Oh, I hate when I do that. Command Shift N instead of Command Shift M. Don't save. Okay, wonderful. So I think that's already arranged in that way anyways, but okay. So now I'm going to stop this. I'm actually going to go back up to this point. So I won't filter out that data. And I just want to really quickly look at I think I'll just do slice max n equals 10, and I'll order by n. Okay. Kind of feeling like maybe we'll just do a simple plot. Okay, so why not, what's wrong with doing a simple plot? Nothing. Nothing is wrong with doing a simple plot. So let's see here. So these are like the top 10 words used in that description. So I'm going to put the count on the x-axis, and I'm going to put the word on the y-axis. And we're just going to do what do I want to do? Maybe I will just do a geom point. Let's just start with that. I'm trying to think if I want. Oh, oops, I know what I did here. So I want these to be in order. Let's see. So maybe here I'll just do a quick mutate, and I'm going to use a factor reorder, and I'm going to reorder word by n. And I'll just use median because it doesn't really matter which function I use there. And let's see, now I can't remember if that does it the right way or not. Yeah, okay. So that shows how many times each one was used. I don't know if I think I might actually do, because I want to give some sense that, you know, this looks too much bigger than this one right now. So maybe I will add a geom segment. I'm just going to like make a line from 0 to the end of my point, and I completely forget how to use this aesthetic. I feel like I need to give it some sort of starting point. I forget what the arguments are. I haven't used this one in a while. So let's search for geom segment. And I always like to jump right to the examples and see. Okay, so X, I see. Okay, so I need endpoints. So X and Y. Okay, so right now, okay, so I think if I do, no, I forget what it's called already, X end. So the x-axis endpoint is going to be 0, and the y endpoint is going to be word. Let's see, did I do that right? Something doesn't feel quite right. Oh, I think I did do it right. Okay, so maybe I am going to make this, I don't know, gray. I am also going to adjust this theme. So let's see here. Actually, before I adjust the theme at all, let's add some labels. So the title will be, okay. I'm in the middle of something. Can she email me? Okay, thanks. Sorry about that. Okay, so the title will be words used to top words used to describe the 100 most influential women of 2020. Say something like that. I'm going to get rid of, I wonder if I should keep an x-axis. Maybe I'll keep it for now. Number of times the word was used. And on the y-axis, I don't actually think we need anything there. I think it's pretty clear from the title that that's the word. Let's see here. So maybe what I want to do in the theme, actually, so let's, for the point, I want to make this, I think, a little bit bigger. For the segment, I already made it gray. So one of the things I want to do in the theme is, no, grid, panel, grid. I think I'm going to get rid of, let's see, for sure the Y. What else do we want to do here? Maybe I want to change the color of this point. What's a nice color to use? I don't know. I'm going to go find a color real quick. I happen to have some stuff open to help me find colors right now. So perhaps I'll just, this is the screen I don't want to show to anyone because it has so many tabs open, but that's okay. I like turquoise colors, so perhaps we'll go find one of those. Sure, that one looks good. All right. Actually, the other sort of cool thing that this this website does is gives tints and shades of the color, tints and tones and shades. So perhaps, I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going to grab a color here. I'll bring this back over here. I'm going to grab another tint of that color. And that's what I'm going to use. Whoops. Get this back over here. That's what I'm going to use in my Geom segment. And then I think I'm also going to change this, and I always forget line type. Is it type? Line type? I can never remember what this argument is called. There's something where I can tell it to make a dashed line. Okay, so I think I've done enough stuff for a second here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, oops, I forgot to get rid of my grid lines. Okay. Hi. Okay, I am also going to change the title position title. Okay, no, I don't think I'm ever going to remember all of the theme functions. So, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to finish up a couple things here. See, I've already almost gone too far again. ggplot themes. How many times, how often do I search for this? Often, often. Okay, so I want to, let's see here. Oh, panel grid X, let's see, what did I get rid of? Plot title position, I want to get rid of. Panel grid. Okay, my timer's going off. I'm going to take just another moment here, another couple of minutes, and see if I can finish this up. So didn't get quite as far as I wanted. That's like story of my life. So let's see here. Okay, I want to move the title. I want to get rid of the grid lines. Move the title. Plot title position. Plot title position. And I want to change that to plot. Okay, for some reason, I thought this would get rid of, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of all of them. They're really, I don't think with how small the data, how few lines we have, I probably don't. Okay, why is that not getting rid of those? Oh, hello. I love it when I forget plus signs. For some reason, I didn't notice that happening. There we go. And I should probably add a little caption, data from, well, for now, I'm just going to put that, even though it's not fully true, I don't think, and viz by me. I need a different background color. Let's see, element rect. Fill equals, I want just like a nice light. I'm going to try using, I happen to have my other screen open and have a color on here. This may be too much blue, I think probably, but let's try it real quick. And if this doesn't work, oops. Oh, I know what I forgot. I've made this mistake before, many times actually. Okay, there's my color. Oh, actually, how did it know what that one was? Surprised. Okay, well, I am going to say this is not perfect, but I'm going to stop there because I am trying not to go over time too much. So I noticed one tiny little thing I want to fix. And when I'm done with that, that is going to conclude. And I think today, because I have other things I need to be working on, I'm just going to make this my final plot and be okay with it not being perfect. All right, now I have to find my Zoom controls, and thanks for listening. I hope that was helpful. Bye-bye.